guys, so I did say I'd make this video and I wanted to share how I manifested my all-inclusive, amazing 5-star holiday in the Maldives, worth thousands of pounds without paying a penny. So I didn't really manifest it. I think that's, I did manifest it, but I didn't try hard. And I think that is the key. And in my experience, the things that I've bought in, efficiently, and they've stuck around, and they've not been like wobbly, and they've not been difficult, and they've just like come in and they've stayed, are really things that like I was just making a video, I have a natural belief that I manifest a lot of free experiences. It's just something that I've built over time. It's such a natural thing for me. It's like I expect it, but in a non-expectant way. It's just I expect it in a subconscious way to show up, right? And how I manifested it was I vision boarded it, and I remember this really clearly, and I visualized it. And it was about 2 years ago when I was trying to visualize a holiday with a guy, and I visualized and made a little mood board. I cut me out and I put myself with a little cocktail, and I put myself in front of the water, you know, the little water houses that are on the Maldives. And I really wanted to go, but it was very expensive. It's very expensive. The water houses in the Maldives that just sit on little stilts in the water are very expensive. And I kind of thought, oh, you know, I didn't really pursue it too much further. But I put my little self with my little cocktail, cut out, stuck myself down on these water houses. It was all digital, actually. It was on my phone. And I did visualize a bit, and I also looked up the Maldives a bit, and I was on Pinterest for a bit, and it probably lasted for about a week. And this is exactly what I did with my flat, by the way. I just visualized it, made a mood board on Pinterest. And then what did I do? Didn't think about it again. And that is how all my best manifestations really have come to play. Didn't think about it again. 2 years later, suddenly all these things about the Maldives come up. Like someone says, oh, I've got a free flight to the Maldives, but that wasn't any accommodation. That was one of my friends. And then I was on my radar, and then another friend came in with the free holiday through her job. And at the time it was Morocco, then it became Dubai, and I was just flowing with it because I mean, who wouldn't want like an amazing, these are not just holidays either, they're like celebrity kind of experiences, you know, like money, I mean money can buy it, but not regular people's money. You know, you've got your private candlelit beach dinners, and so yeah, anything I would have done. And then somehow it ended up in the Maldives, and it really did just flow like that. And the thing is, when it was the Maldives and then it almost changed to being Dubai, I didn't cry about it or get upset about it or anything like that. I just, obviously, it was like, oh, well, that's still cool. You know, I still would love to see all these places. Plenty of time to see them all. And I mean, that's how we really have to handle all these things. Obviously, some things, you know, we have a lot more emotional attachment. I don't really have emotional attachment to holiday. If it didn't happen, I would have also been fine. I was just super grateful and thankful when it came through and I got the experience. And I think this is the biggest problem with manifestation, is we just care too much. We want it too much. We're not happy with our present. It's almost like only that thing is going to make us happy. We're going to be miserable until we have that thing, and we almost try too hard, and we effort too hard, and we doing things like all day long. And really, when I've had like my best and easiest manifestations have been things that, you know, I love and I'm so appreciative of, but I didn't feel like my life was not going to be the same if I didn't have them, or I was going to be miserable without them, or I really needed to effort and force them and think about them every day and push them through. They were just things that I visualized or I mood boarded, I let go of, and then without any effort or over analyzing, they just rolled in. And I've had this with big things, assets, I've had it with these holidays, and I know it's that amazing state. And if we could get like that on absolutely everything, we would literally just be manifesting the beautiful life of abundance without over trying, without over efforting, still being able to listen to our intuition and allow for, you know, source to like work with us. And that really, in my opinion, is the way forward. But obviously it takes us a while to get there, and that's the thing. There is no, what I've learned is to get to those places just takes time. It just takes time working on yourself, working through your shadow, clearing, you know, things that are blocking you, limitations, because it should be a totally effortless thing. And if it's not effortless, if it's not joyful and effortless, and you can just visualize or think something and then drop it and let it go completely, then there's just more work to be done, really. There's just more like self-work to be done, and clearing of all those kind of things that get in the way, because that's manifesting, and all the other stuff is just resistance, lack, getting in our own way. So I really think it should be that effortless. And that's why it's so good to practice with things like this, because I don't think anyone is going to think that their life is not going to be the same without a holiday. You know, things like that are very good to manifest, because they're much easier to get into that state than something that you really feel is missing from your life. But yeah, that was exactly how I manifested that, and really how I've manifested most of my big things as well. Anything that we're having to over effort and think about every day, we're not in a state of abundance. We're not in a state of like an inner state of magnetizing that thing. We're actually really we're in lack still and chasing it. And like I said, that's okay. I do think it's a path. You know, I think there's no way 5 years ago I could have been in this state to manifest big things. I just couldn't reach it. I couldn't get there. I just was too in lack and too wanting those things. And you know, that's what life's about. We grow, we evolve. But I do believe that is the state that when we get to, it's sort of, you know, everything we can get very instantly, and we can just live in a very flow, abundant life of joy and pleasure. Anyway, I hope everyone is good, and I'll speak soon. Bye bye.